Hey collective, welcome back to the channel. So I just recorded a message, but it looked like my audio wasn't going through, so I have to restart the message. Now, it looks like somebody recently crashed out. Okay, they could have crashed out. You could have gotten something off of your chest that made them have this kind of strong reaction towards you. It does feel like it may have been like a little unwarranted, but it was something that you needed to see. Remember yesterday, it was like you don't see it yet. Well, now it looks as though that the collective may have been aware or become aware of something that you needed to see in order to move forward. Regardless, this was a part of the plan, and you have reached, that end of the checkpoint. You know how it is in video games. When you get to the next world, there is something that you have to do right before you travel to that next world. You have to defeat the final boss. And in that challenge, it may not be as long and lengthy as the previous challenges that you had to do in that particular world, right? But because it's the final boss, it does require a certain level of mental fortitude that I think you've already achieved now. This was like maybe the last little bit of residual energy that you had to get through in this cycle. We've been talking about this new life cycle um, for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a little longer than that now. But it does seem like you have really moved forward with a level of grace that you're going to be rewarded with. Um, and I think what is interesting about all of this is the fact that you've taught someone a lesson. Um, by handling this with grace, you've taught someone a lesson. And they could also be, it doesn't matter, but they could be resentful about it. But I think that's the least of your worries right now. Just sit in this freedom and allow your energetic body to kind of like rejuvenate. Spirit is also offering you guys a sort of like 3D hack where um and I've picked up on this many, many, many times since I've started the other channel even about using exercise as a way to move past energy, residual energy, get through it a lot faster. Like you can use your body as that, um, as a vessel to do that. And it does actually work. So, and it's not about like losing weight, it's about literally moving the energy in your body to flow past a like flow past energy that just no longer sits with you anymore. So I hope I explained that properly. But yeah, hop on the treadmill, go outside, ground with nature. It's not just about grounding though, it's literally about motion. Something about motion is very significant. You burning calories and kind of like sweating is going to help move past this a lot faster. Um, So if you can do that, great. This is a wonderful time right now. I feel like somebody does, they're going to feel, okay, you'll know when you've fully moved past this, when you feel rejuvenated. Okay, a lot of you, because of this crash out, it probably didn't even affect you that much. It was just kind of like an aha moment. And, now you're kind of like, well, this is what I must have been getting nudges about. This is what my intuition was probably kind of trying to direct me towards. And I understand it clearly now. And the biggest lesson that you can take away from this is also that you do not have to experience people fully in order to know that something could be, something is not the right fit for you. Okay. Far too many times in the past, you within the collected, and myself included, I'm putting myself in this situation as well, where it's kind of like, how you may be the type of person who kind of has to learn through experience. Well, now you're realizing that that is something that actually doesn't resonate with you anymore. You do not have to learn from experience. Sometimes you can see things a mile away. And now that you have also now that you've also been so in tune with the Holy Spirit, you also have a guide that allows you to see things in advance so that you do not have to go through a certain level of hardship. You do not have to um, entertain prospects that really aren't going to be in full alignment with who you are and where you are going. So, um, it's almost like you skipped the betrayal. You skipped the part where you would be betrayed by this person by allowing them to kind of like show themselves. And you could have actively been praying for that. You could have actively been wanting things to be revealed to you in a certain way so that you can see it for what it is. But in doing so, you didn't have to go through the fire in order to do it. You get what I mean? It's like, I mean, in some ways, some people could be like, well, I kind of did have to go through it if I'm having to experience a crash out with somebody. But there's sometimes where you can just observe somebody having a crash out and realize that it's not really anything personal. This is more so of a reflection of them than it is about you. And that is the new perspective that you have right now. It's kind of like the glass half full or half empty, depending on how you want to look at it, whatever. But it's like, again, perception is everything, and this person is going to play the victim. That's fine, as long as you have cut yourself away from, communicating and cut yourself out of this equation altogether, which I think most of you have. You're safe, so that's the good part. All right. You have gotten to the truth, the root of it, and it kind of did take a little bit of a snowball effect, but that's okay. That's okay, because at the end of the day, we're here to learn lessons and get to the things that we want to manifest, right? In record time. I like to say that part too, because we do not have to, this shit does not have to be dragged. Oh, excuse me. This does not have to be dragged out as far as like, you know, you don't have to get into a relationship with someone to know that they're not good for you. You can actually take time to vet someone out in a way that makes sense and allows you the time to really look at things from all angles. Because say this was somebody that you were considering to be serious with at some point. um imagine imagine how much more heartache or the level of, emotional destruction that you would have had to go through if you had participated. Like, oh my God. I'm just laughing because it's just like, I cannot believe. Because the way that I'm seeing it too, this energy is so weird. It's like this person, whoever this is, collective, they crashed out. And when I say they did it in record time, which was perfect for you, crazy for them. Because I feel like a part of them is going to feel, like I said, like the victim, but it's more so that they want to blame you, but they know exactly the role that they played in this, and they can't blame anybody other than themselves. Okay? So in doing that too, it's like, I think that's when you'll kind of be able to gauge where this person is feeling based off of how you feel, right? And you guys are on two different sides of the coin. So by that I mean, once you move past this and, do the thing to help the energy along, stay focused and centered on yourself and all of that, like, that is what's gonna, when you feel rejuvenated, that's when you're gonna know that this person is really in the dumps about how they acted. This is a child. This is a child. I told you yesterday or the day before that, I said I was picking up on somebody who is very emotionally immature. It does not matter what their age is. This is somebody who has not fully developed. It's almost as if, like, I don't know if it's their frontal lobe that hasn't fully developed, but girl, it's somebody who is like slow. Okay, I'm just gonna say that they are slow. And I think they really thought, they thought they had you in the bag. And it was like, little did they know that you were already ahead of the curve. You were just allowing things to unfold. And this is your cue also to know that you don't have to, I think I may have already said this, but I just want you to understand, like, you do not have to fully engage or get involved in the person in order to see them for who they are so that you can move on. Because the last thing that you need to do right now is waste your time and your energy in situations and relationships with people who do not mean you well, okay? Who do not have your highest good, who are not in alignment with your purpose, who are not in alignment with what you have been called to do and the relationships that you are supposed to be in. Again, stay vigilant because you are vibrating very high. I think that's a part of the reason why you were able to come in and out of this situation so quickly. But we are also, stay mindful of the fact that we are also in Mercury retrograde. It just started. So, we're 3 days in Mercury retrograde right now, and people are going to be acting up for the next couple of weeks. And even during that post shadow phase, you need to still consider and reconsider things, and opportunities, people who have come forward. All right. So that is your message. I will see you guys later tonight. Hopefully, the energy would have shifted so that we can get into some new things as well. And I love you guys. Bye.